All right, Shalom. First, I start by sending all praise to How about Shema Shai, by Shema Kakadash. So, by honors to the elders and the apostles that were well. And salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This is North Korea's Kim overseas simulated nuclear counter attack against U.S. and South Korea. It says the North drills included a short-range missile launched from a buried silo, which analysts believe will improve speed and stability for future ICBM tests. All right, it says a warhead missile launch exercise simulating a tactical nuclear attack in North Korea on Sunday. All right, it says Seoul, South Korea. North Korea leader Kim Jong-un has overseen drills simulating a nuclear counter attack against the U.S. and South Korea in a warning to the allies who are scaling up their joint military exercises. State media KCNA said on Monday. The North drills involved a short-range missile launch, but usually the missile flew from a buried silo, which analysts say would help improve speed and stability in future tests of intercontinental ballistic missiles. KCNA said exercises on Saturday and Sunday were designed to strengthen the country's war deterrence and nuclear counterattack capability, accusing Washington and Seoul of making an explicit attempt to unleash a war against it. It said the drill also aimed to demonstrate our tougher will to make an actual war response and send a stronger warning to the enemy who expand their war drills for aggression. It says an exercise, a ballistic missile equipped with a mock nuclear warhead flew 497 miles before hitting a target under the scenario of a tactical nuclear attack, KCNA said. KCNA photos show Kim attend the test again with his young daughter as flames roar from the soaring missile before it hit the target. Analysts said the photo suggests the launch involved a KN-23 short-range ballistic missile (SRBM), but unlike past tests, the engine exhaust appeared to be vented either side at the moment of liftoff, which could mean that a silo was used. Until now, North Korea has preferred mobile launchers for everything from SRBMs to even huge ICBMs, but given its poor role in system conditions, it was difficult to guarantee the stability of the missile during actual operations, said Yang-Uk, a fellow at the Asian Institute for Policy Studies in Seoul. The latest launch might possibly serve as a test for future launches of larger missiles like the Hwasong-17 ICBM in a silo. South Korea's defense ministry spokesman said the North is making significant technological advances in its nuclear program, but did not elaborate. Kim said the exercises improved the military's war capability and urged the military to stand ready for any immediate and overwhelming nuclear counterattack anytime. The present situation, in which the enemies are getting even more pronounced in their moves for aggression against the DPRK, urgently requires the DPRK to bolster up its nuclear war deterrence exponentially, KCNA quoted him as saying, Slakia. It said Kim was using the acronym of his country's official name, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. It says the nuclear force of the DPRK will strongly deter, control, and manage the enemy's reckless moves and provocations with its high war ready and with its high war readiness and carry out its important mission without hesitation in case of any unwanted situation, he added. South Korea and Japan reported a launch of a North Korean short range ballistic missile off the east coast on Sunday, the latest in a series of missile tests in recent weeks. North Korea has reacted furiously to South Korea U.S. combined military drills, calling them a rehearsal for invasion against it. Right, so I'm going to play this clip. Oh, I got the what you call it on. It's all good. But yeah, man, everybody should know how North Korea feels against the U.S. South Korea. You know, and you could throw Japan in there, but that's another article where they tested the nuclear missile. North Korea always testing the nuclear missile, talking about destroying America. You know, and now these are tests for defense against America, which is just rumors of wars. And North Korea very much well can and will shoot um, you know, missiles upon America and have some shot on him. You know, if that's the way the spirit has it going, because when Yahweh Shai comes back, Yahweh Shai gonna take control of all the nuclear missiles being shot, and he gonna send them where he wants them to go. And America is gonna be totally wiped out by these nuclear missiles, man. You know, so this is just a sign of prophecy. It's a lot of things going on about North Korea. I think I got like two more articles I can bring in, but I don't want to make this too long. So we start with this Matthew chapter 24. I'm gonna start at verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Right, man. So the sign of Yahushua's coming is these clips like this, which is parts of how you say it, parts of the prophecy happening, and it's gonna be the end of Esau's society, and these nuclear missiles are gonna help end Esau's rulership, you know, because it's gonna destroy America, and that's when Yahushua come back and take control and all that, you know. So verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahushua, or the anointed, and shall deceive many. Right, so it's going to be a lot of false prophets out here coming in the name of so-called Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahushua, and they're going to deceive a lot of people, because at one point in time, and it's still going on now, you know, Jacob not getting prepared for what's to come. The pastor tell you to pray for North Korea, pray for America, and all that. When it's the end of this man's society and Yahushua's return, man, they're not teaching them the truth. So you got to watch out for guys that's deceiving you out there, because this is the end of Esau's kingdom and the end of the rest of the nation's kingdom, and the bringing in of Israel's kingdom, man. Verse 6, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. And this is indirectly saying a rumor of war, man, or a war. They prepared against America's nuclear attacks. So, they got to do their little defense simulations and stuff like that, just like how the U.S. and South Korea doing theirs. You know, Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So these things must happen, but the end is not yet. But it's getting close, man, because the prophecies have been saying so, basically, man. So I can bear with me. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And that's what's been happening, man. The mighty men of war have been preparing, starting with Russia, man, getting ready for this Third World War, which is the Battle of Armageddon, man. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Right, plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Basically meaning that, they took the money out of their agriculture, what they used to build up their economies and stuff, and put it into their military. Let the weak say I am strong. And that's what you see going on here, man. North Korea is basically boasting that it has uh, capabilities to defend against nuclear attacks against the U.S. And they say they got nuclear missiles already, and they've been testing them, and it's been in the news for quite some time. So verse 11: Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Right, the angels are going to get involved in this battle, and all the nations are already getting geared up and getting ready for the Third World War over there in the Middle East, man. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Right, man. So the Lord is gathering all the nations over there in the Middle East to get ready for the third World War. And him judging them, is he gonna send the nuclear missiles that they got, the nuclear capabilities that they have? He's gonna take control and say which missile hits where, and and ain't none of the missiles gonna miss their mark, man. You know. So this is a sign of the prophecies, man. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That second woe is the Second World War had already passed. World War One passed. World War Two passed. We are working on the Battle of Armageddon, which represents World War Three. And these news clippings that is coming out like this one, as far as talking about nuclear capabilities and fighting against America and all of that. All that is that in that spirit of that Third World War, getting them closer and closer to finally locking horns and and taking off. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us arise up against her in battle. And that was starting with the Egyptian president. His last name was Nasser. Wanting to rise up against America, right? Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. See, a lot of these nations hate America. North Korea is one of the main ones. You know, the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Right, man, these Edomites, man, and all this pride they got, and they dwell in the clefts of the rocks because they turned their cities into rock cities. Everything that you see built, or damn near everything you see built, is built with concrete, man, to resemble their habitation in Mount Petra, whose habitation is high, and that's the skyscrapers, that saith in his heart or his mind, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right, this devil, this Edomite, don't believe that he can be brought down to the ground, man. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, an American uh, sign is the eagle. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, right? The nest is their military program called the Star Wars program. They've been prepping that and sending more weaponry out there because they're gonna try to fight against Yahweh Shai's return with the angels. Thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. But once they set that up there, man, the Lord has been bringing them down ever since. If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, Shai, we've been bringing out his information because information has been made public, whether he speak it or we himself or bring it out some document, and then we'll bring it out. The Lord has been revealing this devil, man, for what he is. Verse 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Right, so all these nations that the U.S. is call themselves being allies to, the NATO, the NATO members, they deceiving America, man, because America is making them furious and bringing their countries down by way of its monetary system and his sanctions, you know. So, or her sanctions, because she's the great whore, you know. So they're gonna turn on America, man, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread, and they that eat thy bread means they that took the bag from America, basically. Those that's getting all this financial aid from America, man, they gonna come against America. It says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him. Right, man? So Esau's own allies is gonna turn against him, you know. But that's just gonna be the spirit. That's what's going on. The US with all these sanctions on these countries like China, Russia, you know, or anybody that deal with them nations and etc. That's been messing these nations' countries up and having these nations do deals outside of the U.S. Currency. You know, they basically cutting the U.S. off. You know, so they're gonna eventually rise up against the U.S. and burn her with fire, like it says in Revelation. Let me get it. Revelation chapter 17, verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, and that's NATO and the EU nations. It's more than 10 now. It's about 28, maybe 29. Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. They gonna hate America. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So not only is America's enemies gonna come up against her and shoot missiles on her, America's own allies, even the ones that's been taking her money and she been helping build up their economies, they gonna shoot missiles on her. So that's Bible prophecy, man. With that being said, call Lord, how about Shemar Shai? Double honors to the elders and the apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.